So, um, in the spirit of a new Spider-Man movie coming out this summer, um, anybody else gonna go see that? We'll let the people that have joined online go first. So, I'm just looking at names. I don't see cameras on, but Frank, if you could go first.
Good morning. I'm Frank Garabano. I'm the one-stop operator at the Kentucky Career Center here in Bowling Green.
All right. And again, I'm looking at the list of participants. I'm gonna skip Greg because he's our guest speaker today and go to Amy.
Good morning, Amy Smith Thomas, Butler County Adult Ed and Butler County Jail. I will have to hop off the meeting at 10. I have another one for work. So thank you.
So we're just for fun? Is that we're not for work?
Well, it's kind of mandatory. So
Gotcha.
y'all are all fun.
All right, let's see what Dr. Johnson has to say about that. Dr. Johnson, you go next.
You always catch me when I'm getting coffee or something. You know I snack when I watch. Um, I
Listen,
was
we
up.
are not a monthly TV show. We are a meeting.
I was up getting coffee. I am Dr. Johnson, Sky CTC, Director of Adult Education for Warren, Metcalf, Barron, and Simpson.
All right, thank you. Good to have you. And Miss Heather, if you can go next.
Hello.
All right, I'm Heather LaRue. I'm with Sky CTC Retention and Resources, and I'm in charge of our Skyrise Road to Reentry Second Chance program.
Hey, Heather.
Hey, Amy. That's my girl.
Okay, looking down the list, let's see. It's Kelly Richards. They may not be able to unmute right now. Mr. Holtgraver has joined us. Can you introduce yourself real quick? All right, Miss Priscilla.
Good morning, Priscilla Schwartz with Passport Bumelina Healthcare. I cover Medicaid Region 4.
All right, always good to have you. And Miss Sarah Russell.
Good morning, everyone. Sarah Russell. I am with Audubon Area Community Services. I am the program manager for the Kentucky Works program and the SNAP Employment and Training program.
Okay, great to see you and have you too. Going back up, make sure I haven't skipped anybody else. I've got one more, it looks like. Marley Zirkle. I hope I'm saying that correctly.
Yes, good morning. I'm Marley Zirkle. I'm also with Audubon Area Community Services. I'm a career readiness trainer and I service the Barron River region.
Okay, great. Glad to have you.
And I'm
And
I'm the other Holtgraver. I'm the Mrs. Holtgraver that joined. So my camera was off, and I think you got us confused. But so I'm also with Sky CTC. I'm the adult recruiter.
okay, I said Mr. Holtgraver. I am so sorry. Yes, you are the other one. Okay. The other one's on my mind because we've been trying to recruit for the heavy equipment class. I was like, did he join it? But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
Nikki,
coming up.
sorry.
I knew exactly why you said it, but that's why I
Yeah.
flipped on my camera.
Normally, I think it says Nikki, so that's what threw me off. Yeah, thank
It's
you.
okay.
Okay,
It's
and
totally
then we have
fine.
two Samanthas. So whichever Samantha wants to go first.
I'll go first. My name is Samantha Yoga.
Yes, there's a bunch of echo.
I I'm an employment specialist. I cover with Warren County, Butler County, and Allegheny County.
Okay. Are you in the room with somebody else who's in the meeting?
No, I think I may
Okay.
have joined twice by accident.
No, 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 no. It's usually this echo happens whenever you're like right next to somebody else that may have joined the meeting. So, okay. All right. Glad to have you. And then, um, looks like that might have been everybody online. Let me.
I'm here too online. Sorry.
Mr. Bill.
Bill Sandell, the apprenticeship office. Good to see you guys all again. And any people I haven't met.
Chad Spencer, Regional Director for Services, Goodwill, Kentucky.
Stevenson, Vice President, Career Services, Goodwill, Kentucky.
Flora, I'm sorry. I work with Flora, but my name is Alexa, and I work with Native Americans and employment services. I'm Laura Kirk. I work with Volunteers in America. I house homeless veterans.
Okay, so Laura Torres, you need to come join this table because we can't be passing mics. There's plenty of room at this table. Okay. Brian Becker, with the South Central Workforce Development Board, and unfortunately your host trying to manage technology today. Okay, so we are going to move on into other parts of the meeting if I can get my slides to advance. Okay, so latest news. We have a couple of announcements that I've got screens for and flyers and things for, but who wants to share in the room or online some announcements and things coming up? Chad, I see your hand first.
Yes. So I know you guys know I've been talking about this for about 2 years. Yesterday started the bid for the build out of the opportunity center. Yes, we're so happy about that. So all the construction partners have a week from yesterday till Wednesday of next week to go by 3410 North Nashville Road to pick up the bid package, to really look at it and be able to successfully add their bids. 3 weeks. We have a 3-week period from yesterday.
Hold on a second, Chad. They said they can't hear you. I think I might have to change something on my microphone. Okay, hold on a second. Because it's being totally disagreeable. Well, that's not good. No, it's not good. It's what it turned on. Let's try it out. So go ahead, Chad.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, much better.
Okay, so yesterday started the bid process for the build out for the Opportunity Center. So I know I've been talking about this for 2 years, and even my team thought I was lying, but I wasn't. So we have 3 weeks from now, from yesterday, for any construction, any general contractors to go by 3410 Nashville Road, pick up the bid package, and then a week from yesterday, which is June the 10th, we're going to have an on-site bid meeting for any of those contractors to come in, ask questions, get details as to, we'll have the architect there and our team to ask any questions that they may have to formulate a good bid to get this project. I know 75% it's weighted 100%, 75% will be on price, 25% will be on past workings with an EDA grant, because this is an EDA grant for the build out. So if you know any general contractors that are looking for a great project with an awesome nonprofit, please send them our way. I will let them know where to go to get the bid package, because I want a lot of bids and we're going to pick the best one and we'll get this thing underway and be able to service more people. We're going to almost double in size. So with that doubling in capacity or size, we'll be able to accommodate way more people. Very excited about it. And my team thought I was lying for 2 years, but I'm not.
Hey, Chad, this is Barrett Wright. What was the address again for the bid meeting?
It's 3410 Nashville Road, Barrett.
That's
But-
a bid meeting.
No, the bid meeting is gonna be at our Opportunity Center, 1806 US 31W bypass at 10 a.m. on June the 10th. And Barrett, I can email you the press release that we sent out for all the contractors to see where it's Liberty Architecture, I think is the name of that, their establishment. But I can email anybody that's interested or knows the general contractor.
Yeah, please do. Thanks.
Okay.
All right, who else? What's got news updates? Anybody? Well, I always feature the passport stuff because they just scheduled like 46 things that happen between the spring and the summer, right, Priscilla? So
You are right, and I'm fixing to send out a bunch more flyers later today. We have a new RV, so we'll be doing some physicals and wellness stuff here at our office next Friday, and there'll be a way for people to schedule. And then we'll be having our back to school towards the end of July, where we'll be having physicals and also dental. So I'll be sending that out hopefully later today.
Okay. And this is your monthly reminder. When you do have announcements, you can send those to Frank Garabato, and he'll push those out to all of us, just like he does the meeting reminders and things, and keeps it easy to keep it as a single source. I wanted to share, oops, I don't know why that frog logo made it on there. That's not supposed to be there, but we've been having applications open for a new part-time position with a new grant that we got. So there was opioid abatement funding opportunities that have been out for a couple of years now, and we jumped in. The last funding cycle to apply was back in December, and we found out we were moving forward, I think back in March, and then it was, or maybe sooner, and then it was finalized by April. So this is something that is building off of what we've done for several years now. We've been doing trainings at jails with other sources of funding, serving inmates, but this one is specifically for people that have been affected by opioid use disorder and could be in recovery. They could be in a recovery center, or they are connected somehow to recovery resources. That's how we hope to find them. But we're going to be building cohorts that will go through a similar training that we've been doing, like I said, in the jails, which was like a soft skills and OSHA 10, CPR, first aid, financial literacy boot camp. And we'll be adding on to that a second week. And so they'll kind of have a choice of tracks to go through, which
I think
well-
we're having trouble hearing you.
oh, now they're having a hard time hearing me. Maybe I need a microphone. Just one, not two. Shannon, let me have your key fob. Can you guys hear me now?
It's low. They can hear you, but the volume is low.
Okay. The volume is low. No, is it any higher? Can you guys hear me? Okay, I'm getting thumbs up. Thank you. So what you see on the screen is what I'm talking about. We're going to be needing a coordinator that can pull together cohorts from the community. Probably these will primarily happen in Bowling Green and in Glasgow, but we're open to trying to bring it to some other communities too, where there might be active community or recovery centers, I should say. And then we hope for this position to start in July when the funding does. So we've made the application deadline next Wednesday. So there's one more week. If you know anybody, I will say part-time jobs are kind of a little bit funky, right? Because a lot of times people are like, well, it's part-time now. When's it going to go full-time? We would love to see this job go full-time. We would love to have multiple grant sources that we can manage, that we can do these types of things and open it up to the general public, in addition to the special opioid use disorder grant funding folks. So, but we can't promise that yet. So we're just looking for about 25 to 30 hours a week right now. And you will send, or anybody interested will send a resume and cover letter to Deronda at the Workforce Board here. So, and then we'll start doing interviews the next week, hopefully. So any questions over the news and announcements so far? Okay. Any other news or announcements that anybody didn't get to share yet? Somebody is sending messages. I turn my Teams off so I don't get messages and they still populate. It's weird. Yeah. Who was that person? Trying to talk to the person with the key fob. Okay. This month's topic, I had the pleasure of being introduced to an organization that is setting up shop here in the community, and has some exciting things to tell us about. And particularly, it's not adult education programs. I did not change that screen. I'm so sorry. It's East West Hope training programs is the topic. And we have Greg Byers, who's with us. And Greg, if you want to introduce yourself, I'm going to show a screen that has some of that bio information that you sent me. But I'll turn it over to you. And if you want to let me, I've got the 5 slides you sent me, and I can just let me know when to hit next.
Oh, thank you, Brian. Thank you for having me, and greetings to all of you on the call there at the center or online. My name is Greg Byers, and I'm new to Bowling Green. I have been a visitor many times, and my arrival in Bowling Green came with a request. So a little background about East West Hope. East West Hope is a nonprofit, and it does work here in the U.S. as well as globally. The majority of our work is Southeast Asian populations, which includes 11 nations of people groups. There in Bowling Green, there's a large population there of Burmese from Myanmar. Many of them are diverse tribe and have diverse needs and languages. And so we were requested to come help upskill this particular group. But as I was developing connections within the city of Bowling Green, and all roads led to Brian. And so I went by the office and had a good moment to meet Brian. And so he invited me, and it's kind of a short notice, but I put a few things together to share what low effort, high impact that we can offer, not just the migrant population of Bowling Green or Warren County, but it's something that can go for incumbent as well. So I don't want it to kind of lose you, because some of it is a grant that we are co-hearted with as well. So Brian, if you want to tee up the presentation. So part of what we do and what we're known for, and we've done this both over in foreign homelands as well as here in the U.S., is we do workforce upskill. We'll take and assess competencies and bring the training that is necessary based on those deficiencies or based on what was discovered. And we work closely with the employer or prospective employer with this case for the migrant population. And we do different levels, whether it be an awareness training, whether it be a knowledge base or a skill based training. Most of East West Hope is relational equity piece of this workforce upskill, because of the 25 years that our resources and our agents, as we affectionately call them, have experience with the collective cultures of our migrant populations. So we do a lot of ESL and workshop development for these group of people in parts of the U.S. As well abroad, upskilling their ability to communicate. Then we do a cultural validation development, where we validate their strong cultural ties with what workforce or job that they are pursuing, if you will. And then we also get into helping them with some immigration support as well. So that's one part for that migrant side. From the business perspective, which is non-employee, but the employer, we come in and do assessments of populations that are working there, migrant populations, and then we assess their gifts and talents, and then based on the assessment of that, we'll also try to tie in bridging documents that will take the HR policy of that company and prospective business and tie it into the regulatory standard, and then tie it into that cultural assessment to make sure it has a good lateral move across. It's not easy in many cases, but we get it done. And then what that does for the business is it helps do risk reduction and bring in hazard management for the business that they're working with. And then there's also a component that we have with the business. It's a soft skill where we, and actually in the next slide, we'll probably hit it. So next slide.
Okay.
Okay. Our services and our courses and our activities. I wanted to just start out. This is what Lion Sheriff Brian and I's conversation when I was visiting at his office was that we are cohorted with a federal grant. Originally it started over 16 years ago. I helped develop the curriculum over 16 years ago, but it's been a mature grant, so it has a lot of legacy. And when it was first started, it was started for the prospective workforce and incumbent workers that are deficient in hazardous material, anything that or any employment that works with chemicals, chemical storage, chemical collection, chemical waste, chemical shipping, you name it. And so they had a lot of incidents, and so they decided to put some federal funding to that. Well, as time progressed, their numbers got better in that workforce that they targeted, so they opened it up to as well beyond just the initial audience. The initial audience, for reference, was like oil and gas, offshore maritime, and so forth. But they've seen an uptick in their performance, so they decided to open it broad. So now we have land-based. We can utilize this training in land-based as well as intercoastal waterways and so forth. So under the grant, we have a 8-hour course and a 24-hour course for HAZWOP, or Hazardous Waste Operation Emergency Response Training, which is an OSHA course designed for employees. The OSHA 1910 General Industry, the OSHA 1926 Construction, as you can see, and then we have a maritime one as well as a shipyard one. And then 49 CFR Hazardous Material, which is part of the DOT shipping standard. We have 1-hour increment trainings, or we have a full train the trainer, which is 3 days long. So people that are going to ship that need to know how to look up in the hazardous material table, find out what packaging group, find out what placarding group, find out what documentation is required, and so forth. That is also on the table for the grant as well. And now, when I say grant, it is delivered 2 ways. There's in-person classes and there's online classes. Both come with minimums and maximums required for that. And what's beautiful is it's in Spanish as well as English, both in person as well as online. These courses come with standard dates. Every month I get a publication of dates being published. The training that is cohort is from Nova Southeastern University out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and their trainers online are seated there, which is the Eastern time zone. So courses are all delivered from an Eastern time zone, but the open enrollment classes are what they are. You can sign up or have employees or have candidates sign up and take that course. It comes with pre-testing, post-testing, and feedback surveys, not only at the end of the course, but also 6 months out to gauge their employment. Obviously, all of that 6 months out is volunteer offering. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. But it's helping identify how it's improving the workforce. And so these grants are available now. Again, they're online, and it's 2 5-hour days, which could be difficult for some learners. But if you had a industry or business or a company that had a group of workers, then we could be flexible and creative, if you will, with the schedule to make sure we have a continuity of learning. Instead of 2 5-hour days online, it could be like 5 2-hour in a row or something to that variation. Okay. Also, we have services that are non-granted, comes with a cost structure. Each of them requires a request for proposal based on the need for the company. But we do power industrial truck. We do permit required confined space lifting and hoisting, which includes OSHA and ASME, crane and a rigger operator of a crane. That would be land-based crane, rubber tire crane, a lot of the things that you see in construction and general industry. Obviously, CPR, first aid, and stop the bleed's not mentioned in there, but that's also a big thing for a lot of people with grant funding. They just need trainers, and so we could help them with that. And then we also, you'll see this really unique thing called AgriMedic. In the U.S., we also cohort with the AHEX, Area Health Education Center, which is a federal program for rural health care. And I helped design some of the training course for the AgriMedic. It's underwritten by LSU School of Medicine. And so it's been a successful program for rural responders to farming or agricultural incidents. And so it's really a great course, 2 days, and it has a practical hands-on moment where a rescue situation with mannequin or a dummy in a tractor implement or a combine or a silo, etc. And then some of that soft skill includes the Real Colors leadership and development for your teamwork workshop that's available. And then we have all the other what they call health, safety, security, environmental courses that we could do based on company-specific internal audit needs that may come up. Internal audit's always better than an external audit, so we love to work in that space. Next slide, Brian. We also have presently available, this is the Spanish flyer for OSHA 10 and the Spanish flyer for the HAZWOPER, just so you can kind of see the regulations, see the NOVA Southeastern, that's NSU, the environmental health science of our part of CDC broke down into NEIH is where the grant funding comes from. Next slide. And this is the English, very similar, but yet in the English, so we're able to do both. And again, I want to emphasize East West Hope really is focusing in migrant work populations and the workforce, but we also don't mind resourcing out to incumbent needs, providing it's something that is necessary. Next slide, Brian. So this is my contact information. And what I want to tell you is that you can scan the QR that goes to an email, and it's a legacy partner of Sigma, so we didn't change it because I can grab that email from my phone, which means anywhere instead of being in front of a desktop. But there's three more things I want to share. One, we're working or have been working for the last 3 years with Ingram Barge, which is in Paducah. So they've been a benefactor of the incumbent worker portion of this grant, saving them a lot of capital. And then this year, for the first time, we're going to do Carhartt, which is in Madisonville. They're going to do their shifts of incumbent worker for OSHA. So Kentucky is benefiting from the grant through the connections and the workings of what we brought already. Now, to finish up with some real positive, exciting stuff, there's two names called Rose and Paul. Rose is a Filipino, as East West Hope, and we followed her arrival into the U.S., fetched her from the airport, watched her start her ESL she spoke pretty good English, but she needed ESL, what they call accent labs, to help her accent to be better for workforce. So we started with that. She graduated ESL, accent lab, if you will, got a job with Shell Oil Company's training center and has done very well and ended up marrying her husband from that Shell facility. So we also helped her with her citizenship, with the civics portion of training. And so that's a great success story for Rose, and we're excited about that. And then Paul is a Laotian, and he came over here as a little child. He is a citizen already when we came in contact with him, but he was working in a restaurant, and his English command was so good that we used him for some interpreting support, and that led to him wanting to leave the restaurant. So I said, "You're talking my language." And so we started to get him some assessments to find out where he kind of fit. And he's working currently in North Carolina, Kannapolis, North Carolina, in a warehouse. He's a power industrial truck operator, and he loves his job. He's making better monies for his family. And so that's just two success stories in the Southeast Asian bracket, but we have others as well. But I wanted to let you know that the vastness of what we work with. East West Hope's the nonprofit. It gets in places city governments cannot get into because of its nonprofit status. And then it also able to connect with the cultural and that relational equity piece because of a lot of what they do is find themselves connecting to faith-based industry or faith-based institutions, and we are able to walk in those doors and work collectively as well. So, Brian, I am complete with my presentation. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg. So this is very exciting. I thought it was very appropriate. And thank you. Yeah, it was short notice because we were just meeting last week and I'm like, I got this partner team next Thursday. I'd love to get you in front of the partners to explain what you do, because we're specifically with this group trying to focus on workforce and employment and career coaching and just being aware of all the services. You're brand new in the town. Your agencies existed all over the US, but I wanted people to know that this is available in the region now. And it's grant funded for participants, which, you know, you don't have to go write your own grant. We can help recruit, you know, people to go into this. If you would, tell us a little bit, Greg, because I'm sure other people might be thinking of this. When you mentioned the focus on the Southeast Asians and particularly those from Myanmar and Burma, what do you think that we can do to assist you? Like, I know we talked about it a little bit, but are you looking to try to get folks into OSHA training and into the safety and the HAZWOPER and all of that? Is there a specific goal you have? Is there plans to operate, you know, anything in person here in the Bowling Green area that we could recruit a cohort for you or more?
Well, thank you, Brian, for that. So the answer is yes, yes, and yes. And so we have an address there, not for an office, but for a home, because we're going to spend some time and camp out in Bowling Green. Well, our desire is to stand up get a location to stand up a inflow of delegates to learn from the Burmese cultures. Obviously, I with cultural sensitivities to the Karennis and the Chin, Hakka, and the Zomi and so forth, I've been able to, with the help of Bowling Green City, someone special to you, to find out who the leaders are of that group. And I've had some one-on-ones already with Zomi, and I'm working towards the other leaders. And so far, it's been very open and very welcoming. Not as suspicious as I would have, you know, encountered before in other places. But I think they're very hungry to progress in their workforce development and to have better opportunities. So that's what we're doing right now. Once we get those leaders together, we could kind of immerse them into the next steps.
Okay. Okay, great. Well, I've got other things, but let me open it up to the group. So anybody online or in the room that has questions?
I have a scenario-based question. So I'm with Goodwill, Chad with Goodwill, Kentucky, and we've just started running some construction and skilled trades cohorts. So could your organization like partner with us to deliver that OSHA 10 general industry and construction to those cohorts if I had new Americans in those cohorts?
Yeah, you could easily, yes, sir. We could easily coordinate with you, just a quick meeting to find out exactly your schedule, because the university delivers this and they're real finicky with schedule. So we want to make sure we honor that. And I know all their parameters and all their details. So Chad, I'll gladly work with you on that, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, good question. Who else? I was going to ask too then, so do we have any ideas among our group here, the locals, of companies that we should be telling about this type of opportunity to, that or anything that, yeah, like Chad's saying, that's existing that we can tack onto? Because I'm thinking of our opioid abatement grant as well, but you know.
Listen, the company Tyson would be a really good one for him to reach out to.
Okay. Have you been in touch with them specifically about anything like this, Heather?
I have not. I just know from when I worked for the state, a lot of the individuals I served were Burmese, and a lot of them worked at Tyson. So I
Yeah.
know that there's a huge group there that he could potentially serve.
Yes. That'd be great. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, so the flyer's not finalized yet. And you may see it, but we will be on July 14th having a New American Employer Summit. So we've done summits in the past. Some of you years ago, pre-COVID, may have come to those. The issue we've always had with summits is partners will come. We all come. We want to know what's going on. We want to be able to work with businesses and see who shows up. It's like we're all salivating to see, okay, who's coming? And then we get this many employers that will come. And some of them don't stay for the whole day, and it's very frustrating. But we've had a person approach us, Jeremy Jacobs with Undesked, and he has a software solution, a technology solution that can help with translation at companies on site. And so he had asked us for an audience. Long story short, we're going to have a summit to feature other programs and other services, but it will be very geared towards employers attending, and we want HR and we want decision makers above them. So kind of HR and exec leaders to come to this. So there's been certain immigrant and refugee service providers that have been involved in this process and kind of the planning for it since the beginning a couple of months ago when we were first proposing it. But plans are coming together for that, but we want to share with employers the resources and we want to connect them. And it's meant to see who will come in, and then we can open up all these other opportunities that are going on, whether they've been here for 20 years or whether they've been here for 2 weeks. That they can tap into and become aware of. So I definitely want to get the information about West Hope Foundation to them at that event. But again, we're kind of limiting the invitations to partners. It's mostly workforce board from other regions that we're going to try to have, and then the local employers to come out. So we'll keep you posted, I guess, by the August meeting. We'll be able to fill you in kind of on how that went. Maybe have some follow-up information for everybody on that. So, okay, I see some stuff coming in on the chat. Holly Performance. Okay, yes, thank you, Heather. Yeah. Do you have a contact at Holly specifically, Heather?
I need to see if they still work there.
Okay.
Because it's been a few years since I've been there.
Okay. Dr. Johnson says she thinks she might.
She does.
So,
okay.
yeah. So, Greg, if you can see the chat, I guess Dr. Johnson might be able to put something in there, and then I'm trying to get a hold of contact at Tyson and have been for a few weeks now. So if I can, I will let them know that you exist as well. But I'm trying to get them to be on a panel for that event that we'll have in July. So, okay.
Great. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Any suggestions for next topics? I know we're wrapping up a little earlier here this month. And I will say before we, oops, got something going here, editing it. The next meeting is going to be the Thursday before what many of you might be using as a day off with the July 4th holiday. So I was going to ask, should we even have the meeting? Sometimes it hits in that week and people take that whole week off. Anyway, 4th of July might even hit on the day that we're supposed to meet. So should we just skip July and come back in August? Laura's shaking her head.
Yes.
Okay. Does anybody want to speak into the key fob and give?
Hey, Brian, I
Says-
put Ninchi's contact from Holly in there.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So it looks like we'll go ahead and skip July, since I know it may be hectic, and it's just fair to whoever's presenting that we have a good turnout, you know, and a tuned in audience. So anyway, but yeah, if you guys have suggestions, I've got a few ideas on what could be other topics, and it may involve some of our staff. Heads up. Now we've had a tremendous run the last 2 years. I do have to brag on Shannon and Laura with our Ready, Set, Hire program, and we'll be giving an update at our board of directors meeting next Thursday. I think a lot of you might be on the distribution list and on a reminder list for those meetings. They are open to the public. They are through Zoom. It's the exact same link, I think, as this meeting has. So if you just clicked what you used today, it should get you to us next Thursday at 8:30. And they'll be giving an update on the last 2 years' progress. But I think there might be a good conversation to be had there about just our strategy, what we've tried to do, and ideas that we might solicit, because it is a program that serves all 10 counties. Some better than others, some take advantage, some school systems, I should say, take advantage of it better than others, but it's not limited to school systems. So I'm thinking it might be good to just have a discussion about youth programs and youth employment opportunities. So if any of you specifically serve youth or have grants or funding for youth focused programs, I think that'd be an excellent topic for August. So let me know if you're interested, and maybe we can get that to be more panel style. Okay. Anybody else have anything else for the good of the group?
I found the exact address. So it is Liberty Imaging located at 3021 Nashville Road to pick up those bid documents.
Okay.
So I was way off on that number.
Okay. And you just made me think of something else. So heads up, we ordered a bunch of banners to promote the youth program from Liberty, and they should be coming and be ready soon. But we plan to bring those to a lot of you all. So I know our adult ed programs, we want to get those to you, the Career Center, and I'm not sure how many extra we may have had. I know there's some libraries too, but we want it to be where the general public and people that you guys are interacting with just has that banner up nearby. They can go to the QR code, do a simple Google enrollment, and they're in. So, and not to steal the thunder too much, but there's only been about, what, 276 kids we're tracking that have gotten jobs in the last 2 years. So, yes, nearly 250 of those were just in the last 12 months too. So the bulk of the effort and engagements have happened in the last 12 months, just because it took a year to kind of build and get going, and for us to figure out what our groove was and our sweet spot, and we found it. So about over 1,000 enrollments and nearly 250 employed. So, and we're passing out checks to the kids too when they stay in the jobs. So, okay, yes, that should have been its own announcement. Okay, Laura, I'm gonna hand the mic to you.
Thank you.
Special announcement.
Yay, special announcement. Well, piggyback off the Ready Set Hire program, we are offering an AI class, which will be online. It's 3 1-hour classes, or the option to take it on a Friday, the full 3 hours. And it's open to youth 16 to 24 ages of age. And it'll be over the summer. So they're able to take one class at a time, or they're able to take one class 1 week and another class the second week. And they will get participation certifications with that as well. And that will be cost-free for the participants. So we will be sending out a flyer with Frank for everyone with that information. But just so you know, it's open to 16 to 24 years of age for the youth. And it's an AI class to help them with resumes, employment search, interview tips, and things like that, and how to best use AI for that purpose.
Yep, so that's going to be for people enrolled, and if they're not enrolled, they will be enrolled to access the class. So we're doing a big recruitment push between now and the end of June, but they will have till, I think, the end of the year to actually tap into and take the classes once they're registered and enrolled and on our radar. So pretty exciting. But yeah, I mean, and I got to see it for myself a little bit this spring with Shannon and Laura as we were in with some of the schools. Some of the kids are a little bit like, AI, aren't I going to get in trouble if I use that? And they're using it. But at school, we're like, pull up, Gemini, pull up Chad. Let's throw some job description stuff into it. And then let's, look at your resume and stuff. They're like, my computer won't let me do that. It's like blocking me. So, but anyhow, when somebody just makes their first draft resume, it's like anything else we do in life. When it's your first effort doing it or your first draft, it's not your best, and it may not get the best attention. So we just want to be able to explain to them, whether they use AI or not, put a little bit more thought. You can always give feedback. You can always ask others for advice and all of that. And there's going to be some career coaching and other tips that they'll get through that class. But yeah, the main draw is going to be how to use AI to get better at looking for a job and things. So had a couple of kids in here yesterday, just graduated high school, that make applications and aren't getting any callbacks. So, we never know how this could help, but we're hoping it can make a difference. So, all right. Anybody else? Okay. Well, let's give a round of applause to Greg for the presentation today. And welcome to him for coming into the community and the work that they're going to do. And yeah, we look forward to working with you all and connecting you. So we'll be in touch, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a good one.